Do you not forget for share the program, invite other people and for make we get the 100,000 K. Finally, it don't be because the time look at our doorstep. If you see we not tight up with belts now, forget that particular number. Well, and the next one will be the next one. It don't done. So now the time don't reach. So please continue for share the program and call other person for invite at this family house. We go make we get this award at YouTube.
And no say you always want for support we by way how you go subscribe to we channel. But you think say how much it go cost if I subscribe to we channel? Well, it not going for cost you anything. Now just wait for let you support we. And other people them can really want for support we, but they're not waiting for do for make they able for subscribe. Well, normally when you open we add YouTube channel and begin for watch we live program na so it is shown at the screen with boku comments them as na live chat can dey on. If you want for subscribe, that for you when not be no subscribe yet. Watch na the right hand corner. You will see one X or times sign. Press that X sign there. It'll take you go back na the normal YouTube page. Then you will see down outside we put the title of the program. Now you write on. They write one word there where they say subscribe with white round the subscribe word. All what you need for do, just press this white one outside and say subscribe. You will see down na this side subscription added. Now outside the subscription button bin there, it don't give you bell with down arrow. Press this small down arrow and then it will show you this kind of list. One, it will give you all, personalize, none, and unsubscribe. What you need for do, now for come and press this one with the word all. Once you press it, see what it say, you will receive all notification. That means say, anytime when we come online, you go able to get notification of we programs then. Whether in a live program, whether in a post we post. Good morning and welcome to another edition of the program we call Colores. Right? So we are on YouTube and on Facebook. We're going to discuss issues that on the front page of the different newspaper that they carry for the morning. And after which we can count people them inside where they can help you follow discuss the different issues them where the paper they don't carry and to some extent. We can as well bring in some other issues them where people them get interest for the discourse. So first of all, we'll go and look inside the different paper them and see what we get for from the paper them this morning before we get them inside for let we come and discuss the issues then they. First, we need to take the AZ newspaper. We now the first paper for this morning, and the AZ newspaper get this headline where they say government award new petroleum license for 6 offshore blocks. Farewell to hills, a nation grieves, remembers and honors. Ambassador Wang Ying attended 2023 Ambassador Scholarship Award ceremony. And you as well get Moya hands over alternative livelihood facility to coastal communities. The home newspaper, the next one for this morning, and it say BDC chairman takes first development step. And you as well get scientific M&E begins 2024. PRA boss set record straight. The police saloon needs. Call it and plenty of us to read them for inside this edition. The African 24. Now the next one we say illegal mining. Parliament mines committee criticized. Citizens festive crowd amidst the curfew. Is the new LEONE enough for the new year? Salon consumers 1.4 million liters daily. Sorry, I take that again. Salon consumes 1.4 million liters daily. And NRA bra gone so soon. The next one, now the Indigenous newspaper, and they say information minister updates journalists on the arrest of Quetta and 2 others. To enhance technological advancement under HCD, German ambassador visit Unimtech. SLCAA host 4th co-dev AFE project steering committee meeting at the Bintumani Conference Center. The next one now the Whisper newspaper, and it say alarming market and economic trends. IMF voices concern over weak policies. Delegates at ECOWAS depot in Lungi. The Independent Observer, and the next one for this morning, and they say MP raises critical points on 2024 budget. And they get plenty other to read them inside this paper. The next one are the Saloon Compass, another grand fraud. EcoBank turns a Yahoo hub. CIO hands over 52 passports to African Americans. And Cyprus International University honor Pastor Mamdou. The next one, now the Daybreak newspaper, and they say we are frustrated with the new direction. Sierra Leoneans says Sierra Leone's security not just a military problem. And APC MP Alpha Ben Mansari, timely intervention saves pregnant woman life in Moyamba. The Premier News say 52 million United States dollar for 50 megawatt solar project in Sierra Leone. And Mary Juliet to represent Sierra Leone in Miss Earth beauty pageant. Health Minister seeks partnership with Global Care. And B. Sarafina wins Miss Freetown beauty pageant. The next one, now the Times newspaper, Billion Gates, EcoBank Sierra Leone exposed at UN 28th edition meeting. First Lady advocates for unity against climate change. And Hard in Fear, PRA exposes unpatriotic action of NP Brookfields Station. The Update newspaper, now the next one, and they say Sierra Leone security not just a military problem. NP Sierra Leone annoyed over PRA seal-off. And we get others to read them inside this paper. The Freetown Post, now the next paper, and it say Leone among worst performing currencies in West Africa. By Mahmoud arrested for aiding and abetting a fugitive. Government approves establishment of Sierra Petroleum Company to stabilize downstream sector. Well, now all the people in this way we get inside the program this morning. We'll take a very short break and come with guests inside the program for that we can discuss the different issues then.
We will not forget for share the program, invite other people and for make we get 100,000 key. Finally, it don't be because the time look at our doorstep. If you see we not tight up with belts now, forget that particular number. And the next one will be the next one. It don't done. So now the time don't reach. So please continue for share the program and call other person for invite them at this family house. We go make we get this award at YouTube.
And not say you always want for support we by way how you go subscribe to our channel. But you think say how much it go cost if I subscribe to our channel? Well, it not for cost you anything. Now just wait for let you support we. And other people can really want for support we, but they're not waiting for do for make them able for subscribe. Well, normally when you open we add YouTube channel and begin for watch we live program, na so it is shown at the screen with boku comments them as na live chat can they on. If you want for subscribe, that for you when not be not subscribe yet. Watch na the right hand corner. You will see one X or times sign. Press that X sign there. It will take you go back na the normal YouTube page. Then you will see down outside we put the title of the program. Now you write on. They write one word there where they say subscribe with white round the subscribe word. All what you need for do, just press this white one outside and say subscribe. You will see down na this side subscription added. Now outside the subscription button bin there, it don't give you bell with down arrow. Press this small down arrow and then it will show you this kind of list. One, it will give you all, personalize, none, and unsubscribe. What you need for do, now for come and press this one with the word all. Once you press it, see what it say, you will receive all notification. That means say, anytime when we come online, you go able to get notification of we programs them. whether na live program, whether na post we post, whether na anything we do, you dey able to get notification. And that's very much important because it will make you not left behind anytime when we come online. Alright, you still the watch Korea's right on we have my YouTube and on Facebook, so we discuss the issue them with the front page of the different newspaper them they carry for the day. Well, like we tell you, we don't take a very short break for see how best we can figure out to bring in, we get them inside the program. And indeed, we don't get one of our guests we actually don't join me inside the program today. We will come introduce them to you for let me see who that's exactly we get. Alright, this person here, now person we first of all now veteran journalist. In other words, now old journalist, experienced journalist. Now person we as well now a Pan-Africanist, yes, a national and a Pan-Africanist, that is to say still they follow the issue of the African mentality. That is to say, he want for say Africa be Africa. And as well, now civil society, we're basically supposed to take as a middle person between the government and the people. You know, complement the effort of government and at the same time speak for and on behalf of the people, you know, in the country. Same way so, that person this way now author, and when they say author, it means say it right. It puts, you know, in things the way they think, like it puts them to paper by using the pen. So now the person this, and interestingly, I just remind that just now. The last time we sit down together, we I mean the moderate BBC Media Action the program that was 5-6 years ago. Now YWCA all, and yes, then we. I mean, the Deputy Minister of of Social Welfare by then, Mustafa Attila, I mean, they are the panel, you know, and him being part of the audience. And then they ask some very tough questions them against the policies them of the minister by then. And that was great because we inside with all the questions them from different people, the minister when MB Attila become frustrated, disgruntled, and even walk out of the program at one point, but will bring and come back. So I know I'm saying it can talk for the people, and outside the government not can do well, it can actually come and tell them right now in the face. So welcome to the program this morning.
Yes, thank you very much. Good morning.
All right.
And then Fala and Sandema.
Yes.
Yeah, so, and I mean, name you know being called
yes,
that.
I think the introduction ain't covered the name. Anyway, I just miss her. All right. In a Fala Ensa Ndema. Well, this, like I don't already say, and at some point, you know, we, I don't know, maybe I may lost or waiting, but I'm not been hearing much of an, you know, this being said. So, but we get in the program this morning. We don't know waiting it can cook, prepare for we as in the form of a coles for that we can eat this morning. Because sometimes the coles can sweet, it can rotten, it can sour, sometimes not jollof rice, castalic, but it left so waiting Fala Instant Dema they can give this morning. So one more time, Fala Instant Dema, welcome to the program. This program na coles we call them. So the first question I will actually ask you now, because the program in name coles, I will ask you say, who's them last you eat coles?
You know, that I eat nearly every other time when I get the opportunity for make rest sleep na me host. For plenty time, a lot of people they come and so you give away. So not to all time rest they left for make I eat in the morning.
Okay, so who's so small when you left for eat anytime when you eat coles?
Well, normally in a country, man plus us, potato leaf, green, okra, cassava leaf, and then one day more.
Okay, that's good. So I think you can give it one of them this morning for let me see what we actually get. And on the WhatsApp line, we will get on the WhatsApp line we get actually Theophilus Sabenda. We don't join from the WhatsApp because we get one or two other challenges with the Zoom. So indeed, now the WhatsApp line. Theophilus, good morning and welcome to the program.
Yes, good morning and famudem una adu.
All right, Theophilus. I hope say you I don't know if you Fala Theophilus.
Yes, I hear it you first clearly.
Okay. Say for clear, if Allah.
Loud and clear. My big brother, how are you, sir?
You too.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. My senior colleague, my senior colleague.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I know this, sir.
All right.
That's
Thank
good.
you.
So we go now on the issues that we get. And we start with the one way we see, and we basically get for do with the livelihood of people, right now inside the country. And we see Usai, this particular paper, they tell me about like the Whisper newspaper say, alarming market and economic trends. IMF voices concern over weak policies. Yeah, so this basically come up from the Whisper newspaper. We tell you about the weak policy, economic policy from the government, as they say. So let us start with you, Fala. What do you think about this particular concern from IMF that the government actually the policies them weak for actually transform because the way how things then go at the market, if yes we know avoid the fact that in the global something, but this one every country they try to put strong policy for able for pushing this particular issue. So what do you think about this, Fala?
Thank you very much. Everything get a trend. Everything get a trend. You go see say. I mean, it no surprising to me for make we see them kind thing here they come. From the international, the Bretton Woods institutions, the World Bank, the IMF, then organizations, and the just after. I mean, a failed coup in the country. I mean, and we get for speak truth to power. These are imperialist organizations where they set up actually for make sure that Africa is always there in debt. Africa not able to raise its head like other places them. And we go see say Latin America, Asia, and the Caribbean, don't raise their heads up simply because they actually, disagree with these organizations. In fact, we know in the 70s, them born IMF and World Bank offices, na Buenos Aires, na Paraguay, na then other places them, so then they take them with them. But we in Africa and this now in we get for make sure that it is right perhaps that actually the policies then weak and so on and so forth. And why are the policies weak? Simply because well, either the politicians or some people that were in power one forget access to some resources other than through the mainstream. Now you go see say for instance people then go Canada and come on, people will get money, then Canada this place and say one can do mining. Or then say, well, okay, we will give you 5 years. Free waiting away without tax-free haven for make you the prospect for 5 years. How can a man come one way say they come for dig diamonds and gold and other things? Them will take 5 years. It free. They make nothing and so on and so forth. So when these are what they are talking about, we get for say where you come, you see a diamond, you come, and in the first instance you get experts then. You get everything, you go know which side the diamonds there before they come, and so on and so forth. So you begin for pay immediately. If you not begin for pay, for 5 years, they pay social aliens and they lose. In my opinion, of course, these are the Bretton Woods institutions are not made for Africa, actually for make Africa better, but also then self can talk through one term. As a matter of fact, if we not get we act right, other people then go come and take away all waiting we get. So now this much I go say for now.
All right. So in the open submission, you say
hello.
Yeah, you get me?
Clear.
Yeah, cool. I say in your open submission, you say the weak policy, economic policy, way the IMF they talk about, it gets a bearing to this attempted failed coup. This coup just happened a few days ago, and the policy within the process get to do with a month from now, and we see things then at the market. Not to the failed attempted coup actually make things that hike in the market, inflation and other exchange rates we leones that depreciate seriously, like how many percent in the last 1 year.
Yeah, well, but why is it now the newspapers? Because a lot of the newspapers also now his master's boys I know when we were journalists and when we were at the top, I refused to handle a lot of things, advertisement, and because I been say they're not being in the interest of the country, and secondly, they mean they buy it for somebody else's own interest. Why is it just after a few days after the coup, the newspapers then don't pick that up? They could have picked it up long time ago. The 10-week camp they make. But why is it now that
when IMF make this statement or when IMF call on the government or express concern about the weak economic policies? Because even the IMCC, they talk about fiscal discipline and other things. And so, well, yes, we're not going to totally unrelate to what happen right now, because this particular attempted failed coup don't add more suffering to the people. But this one not get anything for do with waiting the IMF say for now, because it gets to do with the government in policy. How serious the government be for transform the economy with policies?
No, I agree with you on that completely. But what I try for talk is that why then they amplify now? Why not now just a little bit after the coup, about 5, 6, 7 days after the coup, and then they amplify now? They could have taken it off. The time where would they write, you take it off right away and run away with it. Just where the IMF issue you take it and run away with it right away, because that's not the time when the thing hot. But just when you get a very difficult situation for the government and the people of the country, then you bring them things like that. As a journalist, that's not fair. And in any case, I think again for say this, the journalist is just an ordinary person who is trying to make sure that people understand what things they happen. At the world, at the country, at the community, etc., etc. But when they do that, you also forget a human face. This report, I don't think they get a human face, because the time where they come, actually, the country they in stress, they in difficulty. A coup has just happened. Government they try for run out of the people them. They try for do so many other things, even the financial, even the collection of money, self don't drop, and so on and so forth. So I don't think this report has a human face. In my own opinion, I know they say government. I know they disagree with you about the weak policies. I am just saying the time where the report be amplified, not get a human face.
All right, Theophilos Sabenda, please let bring you insight on this particular issue from the Whisper newspaper. Whisper basically they tell we see, the IMF don't voice out their concern over the weak policy, and especially with what they happen at the market right now. So what do you think of this, Theophilos?
In the first place, I must say Whisper's newspaper now one of the most credible newspapers in the country. So I am not sure they are coming from the perspective, but Falain Sadema, they come from. Really, I'm surprised that he is not focusing, that he is focusing on the messenger, which is the newspaper, rather than the message and the source of the message. IMF, we all know, is a very credible entity. It has been here with us for ages. For ages, it has been there with us. It is one of our principal financial partners. And if Salon does society right now in terms of economic growth or whatever thing, IMF gets a great role for play in all of this, right? And so maybe let's say the report is not only factual, but then it is published, at the time when it is out from the IMF. So there is nothing we're for do with media manipulation about it, or just amplifying it because of the current situation. And I will tell you, I have sat down with the editor of Whispers. He is one person that is badly bitter about what with the attempted coup or insurgency or whatever they call them, because there is an issue with whether, because the government say it's an attempted coup, and the military at one time say this is not a coup, this is not a coup, it is something else. So it leaves us in a very difficult situation as to which one to go with, because if the military say it's not a coup, in the media interview, and then the government say it's an attempted coup, then there's an issue there already. But anyway, let's focus on the issue. The fact of the matter is that the welfare issue in Salon, it's a major issue, and we cannot be hypocritical about it, because it is crystal clear. It is written on the wall. even a blind man can see it, right? That the welfare situation is damning. And according to the World Bank, weak policies to transform the market situation are irresponsible for this. And we all know, say, when it comes to policies, sometimes we can get the very bad policies. Imagine, for example, moving from the old to new leons. Was it a good policy? Is it a good policy? Why are we still using the old leons and the new leons together? So it's a policy formulation matter, and how those policies were formulated and followed through. Okay, so we all know the rising cost of living amidst endemic poverty is a serious matter which no one can be hypocritical about. It's so factual, right? It's so factual, and you can't even argue it out because it's the facts. You can feel it. So, and then we get a situation wherein salaries are not matching with the current economic situation. Salaries are a very serious matter because in other states, people get welfare salaries. Here, the salary where they receive is not even enough to take you through 2 weeks. Right? It's not even enough. When you take into consideration all the welfare factors, housing, food, medical, everything, clothing, everything inclusive, electricity, consumption, and all the kind of things.
If you listen Theophilus, to the government, then say the people, they understand the situation, say this na a global crisis we all face for right now, and this na a trying time for all, and then the people actually they try for adjust to some of them things there, so way they happen so right now. So of course, to the people according to the government, Keke Thomas Sunday on 98.1, this is not a big problem. That is why, for example, if I can link a small bit to waiting Fala begin talk about the coup, when that is why Keke Thomas say even when the people the assailant them they call people for come out because they understand the situation. All right, we lose Theophilus over there. Let's try for see if we can get them again quickly for come inside for continue. Well, I think say right from this point, I will can begin to give them time so we get equal opportunity for they also they able for make them points. But notwithstanding, I would all lost Theophilus. Fala, you hear what Theophilus been to say on that particular statement or the contribution you give? What you respond?
Absolutely. In fact, nobody is saying that things are not stronger than the country are not successful. But the point where they try for make, and this is right, that the Bretton Woods institutions, are imperialist institutions. And we know it is true, like I say, deny that. Them be very harsh with them in Latin America in the 70s. Now, we not also deny that they're not done there with we for long time. But we also agree say all the time don't do with we are debt that the pile pan we. And that debt, the impairment, of course,
all right, Theophilus, hold on quick.
The debt payment.
Yes, continue, Fala.
Yeah, that debt payment alone, in itself, they take away a whole lot. In fact, that one day, they make no policy about that. Now, I am at the Bretton Woods institution, and then they say, now this you for pay, and now you for continue for pay. And so, that money the way they pay, some of if you not been the pay, you go to welfare. But I left that and come
so
to the salary quickly.
You've been just to talk about other parts them who say they run after IMF come out. We don't necessarily mean say we for run after IMF physically, but the government forgets policies, forgets the idea of how for able to get strong things them way for make we stand up as a country. For example, Salon now the richest or one of the richest countries in the world with natural resources. But even with that, we still go and bigger, trust. Like we just hear about other 4 companies the way they don't get license for block. The oil way we they try for explore this BNT in the country. So with all of this, we're very rich. It's like you for grab na money, then pay you not less than 10 million per month for any kind of work you do. Yeah, but in the case of this, we leaders them it seems as if they not get the idea for pull me out of the bondage with it. Fala?
No, well, now that I agree also with even that one they say. But now, you remember where I start, I've been saying, first people then go can hire and say we want for mine, then go give them 5 years. In fact, during the APC time, and this is not politics I want to discuss at all. I go come to politics if I want. This is not just social issues we discuss. But during the APC time, then been give, one company 99 years for digna the country for a royalty of 0.001% or 3% or something like that, which is actually infinitesimal. The people that need forget $1 billion before they go able to give you something like $1 million. And all of those things. So these are all the policies where they talk about. I am not denying at all. The point where they try to make is that the institution them where they bring all of them here about, not to institutions them where get interest for Africa, and this is undeniable. But I come quickly to the salaries. The salaries them, a lot of people really don't understand how the salary structure, they work in a country. Sierra Leone be no exception. I think we get about 25 or 30 trade unions in the different sectors of all the vocations where people they work in this country. Every 3 years, then organizations, then they go sit down with the employers, then they celebrating that the salary for the workers them. Every 1.5 years, or the time where anything happen where economically upheaval, then can go decide also for increase the salary a little now. What those unions are not doing, and this not to for blame anybody, but the unions themselves, what they are not doing actually is trying to make sure that the people then get much more money than actually then go able to live with, like way Theophilus they talk on. We cannot.
All right, okay,
how
go ahead.
here they work.
All right. So, all right. Let's come with you, say quickly, Theophilus. After this question, where they ask you, the next set of questions will be by timing. Theophilus, you actually know here within, follow the say. We agree, say, the country, the world right now, they're into a global crisis. But I hardly hear, America or UK or I call them or Europe, they make a reference to the global. For example, Europe they get two global crises right now: the Ukraine and Russia war for one, and then the COVID where we all been on face with. But they always they try for put the day where the euro fall under the dollar, then become really frustrated, then do all within and come in the power for make sure that the euro rise above the dollar again. But in our own country, the dollar don't go like 80%, the leones don't go below the dollar like 80% in the last 6 months. What do you think?
Thank you so much. Indeed, I'm very sorry that I've been lost network, okay. So I'll not be able for complete my point on the first issue where we talk about. But then just going to the question, and then I'll come back to that one. Well, those countries, they have very strong economies, very strong economies, and they get them fall back, then get a fall back, strategies where they cushion whatever economic situation they get. You just mentioned two of the problems there where the Western world face, when the Ukraine and the situation and what's happening in Gaza. But then another issue, the migrant situation. They get a whole lot of issue for deal with illegal migration from Africa, yes, because of the damning welfare and economic situation. People are moving out of Africa for go find greener pastures. Some they even die in the process. So what I say is that we should not escape from the fact that we got a whole lot of work for do. For strengthening the economy and for cater for the well-being of the people. Because, for instance, President Bio in an interview with one of the international media houses there at one time, BBC. A video interview for that matter, they asked her the question. They said the people are demonstrating because of worsening welfare situation. What did the president say? He said, with the prices of things going up, I will not be able to protect the people. He said it
on the BBC television.
So what I say is that as leader, if we're able to put in place mechanisms for ensure say the burden is cushioned. We look at it now. We have a situation where in 2023 has been one of the most difficult welfare and economic experiences where people are longer through. And now we are going into 2024. We know it is going to be even far more serious with all the imposition of those taxes and all of that. And when I say all this is happening because of the recent coup situation, hey, Brother Fala, you know better than I do that these things they start not even undermine.
No. Let me come in. No. Let just come in a little to and not say all of it is happening in my mouth. I know better how to put it. I not say at no time think that the moderator will be a witness. So I not say at any time and all that here they happen as a result of the coup. In fact, I blame more the Bretton Woods institutions. It put me then they happen in a country, as they get along since independence, many coups then don't happen. At the time,
So in other words, Theophilos,
what's the situation?
Yeah,
not create the situation, I don't say so.
All right. In other words, the coup they add to the untold suffering. Yeah, but like the IMF and other things.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
The IMF and other people.
Absolutely.
Now they're more done the but myself we want for differ from Fala on that area. They say the IMF because for example. The IMF and the last government part company because of this same, I call this thing, please help me, I wouldn't say for remove. The subsidy.
Austerity.
No, not the austerity, not the austerity.
Subsidy.
The subsidy. Come on.
Subsidy.
Yes, whether they subsidize for fuel, rest and other things then, so they part company. But this government need more money from the donors then, so then they take every condition. Remember this is not the word way they always use. IMF conditionality not good for Africa. But this government ready for take up to every condition where then they give to them. And that is why we see who side where they go to. Is it that they're not actually smart enough for create things then? Way for make we government move from one point to another because as it is now, the same IMF, the same World Bank, they tell we say, for example, Fala, rest where the government may say, the last government left 200,000 euros, where they say that's not suffering for the people. Now they claim to 1 million, it 800 and something, it depends on the kind of recipe you want for it. You think say the government, and just one question for you, Fala, before I continue with Theophilos. You really think say the government sabi for transform because according to the president, he say they vote him in again the second term for let it improve the lives of the people. You really feel say they're ready with waiting with the states surround them for improve the life of people? It's just a question.
Well, I can't speak for government, but waiting and
no based on waiting you they see right now. The policies you see.
If they repeat the question again.
If based on what you see right now, we all in the country, we see everything that happen. You there, you live, you move, you do everything. Based on what you see, you think that the government really stand a better chance for improve the lives of people in the next 5 years?
Absolutely, government stands a better chance for improve the living conditions of the people of this country.
What do you provided
see them put in place
what do you see when a better chance?
No, wait, they are complete. Provided them put stringent policies in place, where able for bring to bear all of them things they will be able to forgive them the opportunity. And you say waiting at the sea. For instance, government say. Within the oh my God, government say within the next 5 years. Yes, within the next 5 years, then say then go. There is an agricultural something where you get a whole lot of components, feed salon, resilience, something, women's, etc., in agriculture, and so on and so forth. If they put stringent policies in place on that and make sure that, for instance, every government worker get a farm. And that is monitored because what is also lacking, and let me say this quickly, what is also lacking in this country actually is monitoring and maintenance. If government say anybody where they work in a government, you get forget a farm because why? How is it not possible for every government worker, especially at the top level, get a farm. How is it not possible?
All right,
Let
so
me
we
put
will
it
come to
the
that
other way
because
around. How
we
is
see
it
some
not
amount
possible?
of
The
conflict
committee
of
thinks it's
interest, and
possible
then
because we get
still
a
decide
lot
about
of
the
agricultural land, etc., etc.
we go still start and pay attention by extra work rather than paying attention on their own job. But Theophilus, back out to inside. You dey listen to Fala in submission. You know, from what you dey see in the next 5 years, the kind of economic policies where we see, the
I
kind of way
totally
how they ready
disagree
for
with
work with the IMF and
that.
World Bank.
Okay. Well, in the first place, now let's start with Mr. Brother Fala's answer and for say all government officials therefore go into farming. That is not right. Encourage local farmers, encourage the traditional farmers to do the farming. We don't see when President Anes Kwema come, he encourage people to go into farming. When President Bio come, he urged the ministers that he says go into farming. But most of the ones that will go into farming, they have left the farming because the farming is no longer lucrative. Again, a lot of issues. Now the government they introduced the feed saloon, and the government say within 2 years, and it's a policy statement by the president that within 2 years, in the ban the importation of rice from China and other countries then. And that within 5 years, Salon for able to feed itself and able now begin the export rice outside the country. That's policy. So we wait because what we see right now is that we have not even started the journey and we don't see the imposition of tax rice coming into the country, which means the price of rice is going to climb up automatically. And right now, we get a situation wherein the rice what they produce locally is far more expensive than the rice coming from China and these other places. So if already in 2024 we are going to see a rise in the price of imported rice, then it is obvious that the price of local rice is therefore it's about working on policy, because all of these are policy issues. But if the policies are not well tailored, because when Brother Fala answered the Mabel talk, it said the reports not get a human face. No, waiting if to say not get a human face, now government policies. For instance, put subsidy on rice and left the burden on the people. Is that a human face or the opposite? So what they say is that we have to stop being hypocritical about the real issues, because unless we start being very practical about the real issues, then we will not solve the problems. We all want to see President Bio's. If money is ever go towards the fields alone, they divert them to other areas. Then take for example the Tomabon project. The Tomabon project is not able to thrive because funds meant for the Tomabon project are diverted to other government needs. So which means if the government say the 5% tax imposition, it will go into an agriculture basket fund for support the field salon initiative, and at the end of the day that money is not going into the agricultural project, then the field salon thing is bound to fail. And if it fails, it's going to be a big disgrace for the president and the government, because it's a policy that in 2 years' time will stop the importation of rice into the country.
Okay.
So in 2 years' time, we'll see we are still importing. Serious about his own statement, and he has to be very, very serious about living up to expectation.
La Holiday and Theophilus, and I want to beg for move on a little bit from this particular issue, and let me move on to something else, you know. And I know Fala Ensa gets serious concern about security right now as even it begin for talk. But rather than the most pressing one, we will come to second, just one for reference and go to the most recent one again, we will talk about. For example, we see, first of all, when I begin to talk about this 26 November issue, we first of all, the military say, and the military and the president say breach of security, and later they tell me about attempted failed coup. You know, let's focus on breach of security, for example. And a lot of people, including myself, feel say the security in our country is really, really weak. For you get few people we now up to 20 actually go to the armory and take weapons. But now let's look at something will happen, and this one, I they count this because of the image where the government, the president always they say, they go out for go launder. Recently, they catch about 140, million equivalent, I think, cocaine na UK, where it come out directly from we ports, we Wataki to that side. As it is now, the manager, not anybody na the Wataki able to give, a explanation as to how that particular container they waka from Wataki, take go inside ship, take it go then go Olam na UK. So if we dey talk about security, you think say with all of them things, because it's like from the UK, then they use Salone now, the Asia country, the North America country, then they use Salone as, a transit point for cocaine. Inside this year alone, literally, plenty sign in Africa, they know they catch cocaine where they come out from Salone. Falala start with you. When we talk about law, the security, and then when they will never forgive explanation, not to the cross-border security we get, not to the Interpol, not to NAT, we don't get any explanation for all of them things there. So the country, they continue to get bad name. You think, say, we really safe as a nation?
Well, that one day, safety, a very broad term. First, let we take this cocaine thing where you don't care. And that make I begin for say, people them for account. Like for instance, that one day where it don't happen at that place day, at least the people them at the top for account. In the first instance, get them for account. How do they account? We get the various, security infrastructure in this country. We can take them to the police, then we'll take them anywhere for make them account. That is not happening. With regards to security, like where you talk this now, where people then, then about 10, 15 people then go to armory, then take the thing. But you will also see, say, when they don't begin, they make the arrest, then you will see complicity. And that will also tell you, say, this thing is don't plan, not to foresee nothing, we then grab number one day, then say, let we go, maybe take one or a little bit after. In fact, I think saying that the August 8th now became prelude to this coup. You will see people then they dance Nagini, because when government not take decisive action against August 8th, so August 10th, so people then say, oh yes, here we are. In fact, they're not going to take any more action. Even when we say do this one, we go win them. And the carrot and the stick. When you not use the stick, most of the time, the carrot no more they use. As a matter of necessity, everybody will work up towards that. Government is not taking decisive actions on our security breaches, and therefore, I'm afraid if no, action is not taken, no decisive action is not taken on August 10, no decisive action is not taken on November 26. I'm afraid.
So for you, as Fala answer Dema, if you say government not take decisive action, August 10, we see the number of citizens them, we lost their life, as a result of the action of the government security. Yes. We see the amount of people away government jail. If you still say government not take decisive action, what do you expect the government for do?
Well, as a matter of fact, in the first instance, government, when I say the decisive action, the people that were in jail, a lot of them were on trial. Between August 8 and November, and last year and November, now this year, it's about a year and 5 or 6 months. If you're not able to try a number of people them for winning, and you really give them decisive, if the 100 years, you give them 100 years, if the life, you give them life, if the 50, you give them 50, you continue to play with them, that's not decisive, in my opinion. I may be wrong completely, but for me, that is not decisive.
So you na human rights activist, you na civil society, and waiting human rights talek. For you citizens then, for example, it don't matter the circumstance. Come on and protest against certain things. For example, the August situation where they talk about so, and that na human rights something. If you say because they protest for something where they believe on, then for go 100-year imprisonment, is that not a human rights violation?
All right. In fact, let me tell you something. That was not a protest. That was also an insurrection. Ayeri evangelist, and if we are frank, we all, let will not be, sycophants, let will not try for make things then look fine. I heard, and I think say Yusuf Yeri, and I think say, Tofiro, Benda Yeri, evangelist Samson, he say this na cool. In fact, then he come back and say, no, not a coup. But what do we know? Mother don't run away, and this country here now, nobody know they not and no head of state, and therefore now that make we come for taking over. Evangelist Samson said that. He did on tape, he did on record, he did everywhere. Everybody hear that one. And I shall say, if somebody talk that, it cannot just be, I mean, you know, a protest or a demonstration.
Let's take from what you say. You say the statement of Evangelist Samson, where we know say Evangelist Samson right now, we refer to him as late. That's not the reason we made the government kill him.
Well, no. I can't speak. No, the point is, you know, I don't want to talk for government. You know, you go ask government, ask the Minister of Information and Civic Education why they kill Evangelist Samson. But as a matter of fact, you know, I mean, in the crossfire or whatever, I don't know the details of that. But one thing I know is I am just telling you, I mean, as a human rights person, nobody not get right for kill anybody except by law. I know that, you know, them in for triumph, perhaps can go to court. Now we not get any, how you call them, I mean, you know, the death penalty have been removed. Something like it still get access to life, you know. But all one thing I try for talk is that let me stop for say, this is not protest. It was not a protest, it was an insurrection.
All right. So
and
after we...
even, you know, even as a human...
All right, continue, please, continue.
Yes, even as a human rights person, you know, when people then go outside the realm of the fundamental human rights, you know, charter, then you will beg for them, but you not go support them. I cannot support that as a protest. It was an insurrection. Okay. The people then will then hold, if they jail them, then we can now plead for them, perhaps for clemency, dependent on the lightness of them crime. I mean, you know, them behavior in a prison, etc., etc.
Okay. So
yes.
Last time with you inside Theophilus, you listen. We talk about, you know, the security, how safe we be. We go to that of the cocaine, and then we come back and Falabri, we come back to the August, and then bring it to this thing in terms of security. Even make mention of certain people. You know, as far as I'm concerned, the August 10th. Not to be a protest that be rising against the government and other things the way it don't make mention of. You know, so we listen to you for your take. Hello? You mic mute if I told you.
Yes, okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yes, I totally agree with brother Fala Ensadema. Say the August 10th was never a protest. Right? It was something else. Because when they say protest, it has to be peaceful. There's no way you go set a protest. They say
absolutely.
Madam must go. Madam must go. No. I mean, I don't support set things. If you have to protest, you can protest, but it has to be peaceful and it has to be within the framework of the law. But if you go organize a protest, you know what the law say that you have to apply to the General of Police, and the planners were faceless. There was no face to the demonstration or what we call it. So at the end of the day, it turned out to be completely out of control and therefore totally unnecessary and therefore unnecessarily violent. We don't need taking protest in a saloon. That's the kind of protest we need. We need peaceful protest. We need civilized protest.
Insurrection.
Going back to the issue of this cocaine, and we ask again, if the government not able to give account of the several cocaine where they come from with ports, as the international community they say, and they use we country as a transit point, even nobody able forgive. If we able forget a breach of security, how safe? The question is how safe you feel say we all be right now.
Okay, so let me come in there. I will first and foremost say there is so much disgruntlement in our forces. And not today it starts. The other thing is that it has worsened. And that is very, very bad. There is deep division in the military, there is deep division in the police, and therefore our security is porous, and therefore no one is safe. If we make it further say, even there's a huge security build up around the presidency. A huge security build up. Whilst the rest of us, we are virtually left on our own. We are left on our own. So therefore, the November 26 insurgency, it exposed the weakness of the security architecture. Imagine, imagine, man, they're able for bulldoze, they're going at the armory. The bulldoze, they go open Panama prison. They work up majestically, then go open special courts. So if their focus was State House, maybe they would have got there. Because the indications are so clear. How can these guys be so powerful in the full view of our security personnel? They're not able for checkmating guys there, right there. Imagine, now two things save this what happened. So you got loyal forces around the president, around the presidency. They also the people did not go out in the streets for support what happened. Otherwise, this country will have been in a different situation right now. But we thank you where God averts the worst for happening. And whoever was behind that particular action, it was a suicidal mission, and it was uncalled for. Because the Peace Dialogue Committee is going to look into issues relating to the election. So we all have to wait and see what the outcome of that committee will be. And so what happens so now, if I indicate say those involved in the Peace Dialogue Committee, therefore take the matter now very, 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 very far more serious than they before take them. Because the country sits on the edge. The country sits on the time bomb that could explode anytime. And we don't wish for that. And what we see is that whatever thing happen will get a tribal dimension. Because all those that have been chased now, all those that have been declared wanted are all from one region. They are all from one region. Right. All those deemed to have took parts in the insurgency, in the attempted coup, or whatever you call them, they are all deemed to be from the same region. So it's a very, 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 very serious matter. And I see, even most of the ones that will die, but this will happen. I already named them. You get Kamara, you get Bangura, you get Conte. So which means, the country there in a state wherein leadership, presidential leadership is crucial. So it is time for let President Bio show leadership, nationalistic leadership, not partisan leadership. Because this thing will happen so is they far above political party consideration. Because no matter what, APC affected, SFPP affected, and with the rising cost of commodities and prices, SFPP affected, APC affected, even we who sit on the fence, we are affected. So therefore, there is need for us to have a rethink as to how we want to govern ourselves. If we say democracy, then let us allow democracy to work. We're not going to say democracy, then we try to manipulate the process. If it is democracy, then let it be true democracy. Government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And when you say for the people, be it APC, be it SFPP, it should be a situation wherein if this party lost power, you don't get a situation wherein, these people from this tribe go lost their job. Because we all see, even in the military, we saw the number of generals that were sacked, that were sent on early retirement. Not that today it happened. It did not begin happen before. But we are talking about new direction, moving the country from where we were to a more decent situation. We're going to unify the country. But rather, it is the opposite we are seeing. 88% of the people of Sierra Leone say the country is running in the wrong direction.
Okay.
So this alone is a very serious matter.
Okay.
President Bio has to wear his presidential gown. He should wear it.
All right.
And make sure say the country is unified and the country is secured. Because we are not secured right now, my brother. We are not secured. We are all vulnerable.
So as a way for round up the program, Fala, waiting could be your word as a way say na a way forward for a peaceful, a more resilient and a country where we could say Alhamdulillah, we not go say Subhanallah as the Muslim they can say, or we could say yes, at least yesterday been better past today. Or today better past yesterday, sorry.
It's the opposite.
Yeah. So Fala, I'll get you at the first bite. Fala, check your mic, please.
All right, thank you very much. Yes. Hello.
Yes, it's clear now. Okay.
Hello, are you getting me?
Yes, please.
Are you getting me? You get me now?
Yes, very clear.
You get me now?
Fala, will get you very clear. Go ahead.
Oh my God. Okay, good. Now let her come a little bit from where Theo come from, where I agree with them absolutely about this insurrection or this attempted coup or whatever it been be. All the people then where they inside and people them from the north. I mean, it is from one region, but from the northeast. Now, I will tell you what this coup was not. The coups are about power. Coups are about resources. Coups are about, ideas, ideologies, etc., etc. This coup was not about that at all. This attempted failed coup was about vengeance, of one region against another. If this coup being succeed, it was going to be war because these people were going to make vengeance against the Southeasterners and begin kill them, etc. Them people here get a vengeance in mind for these people. A coup also normally has an admixture of all the people. We could see when them Boya come NPRC in 91, it had Creoles involved and put Creoles there before. You get Mende, you get Timini, you get Loko, you get Limba. I have a whole lot of friends in them with plenty of big man now, some are brigadiers and so on and so forth. But this coup was not anything like that. This was just Northeasterners. Then don't plan for about 1, 2, 3 years. So let we go take over governance and kill them people there because not to win and then get this country. And this has to stop because now this brings all that 1 million people will die in 100 days, not Rwanda. This tribalism business, let people then stop them. And this, I will talk to the religious leaders for make them actually preach against this. Now the pulpits, now the mosque them, the imam them, the sheikhs, and so on and so forth, because it is coming slowly. If this thing is, this was not, a coup for resources. It was not a coup for ideology. It was not a coup for power. It was a coup for vengeance. This much I can say, and do ya, at the big level, we come out from that. If I let we stop all this coup business, let people then wait. When your time reach, you go get her. If your time not reach, go get her. So this is about it. Thank you so very much.
No, one last question. They talk about the way how the country don't divide right now, and all waiting the one for do now for let one set of people come and go against the one set of people. If we talk about all of them, they will get for begin say okay from the head to the toe. We get for see the commitment, the political will for let we even get that one day. I always like to ask a question about the president. Do you think the president actually, apart from the fact that in words they can say, but by words and action, he actually wants to see a united country?
Well, that one, it gets a very, very long something. I can remember when I first came in 2007, but 2010, 2011, nearly all the people that we've been in the army, the brigadiers, the lieutenant colonels, generals, etc. Some plenty man, me at post office, some man them break, some ragtag soldier bobo them break motoka. They plan out of the motoka, they say, they again, then go inside of the left hand of the face, then go with the.
All right, so unfortunately, we don't lose Sunday naturally. Theophilos, as a way for round up, yes, what thing would be your way for national unity and all? Okay, yeah, I think so. Maybe just a lost stuff. I don't know why. All right, Theophilos. Okay, the internet they connect, so let's see how best we can get Theophilos quickly for coming inside. For let giving you a word for end the program today. Okay, I thought I said the network now salon don't craze. So I'll drop the line again and try for see if I can get Theophilos quickly. For come inside quickly. Naturally it don't go out. So we wait now for see what Theophilus get for we. Let we get them in quickly and see what we get. Okay, it look like say Salon Network, I don't know what it happen. If it happen this way, coincidentally, WhatsApp from different angle, Zoom from another angle, all just go off together. I don't know what really happen. From the same point, they all two just go off. I hope the government not touch the internet right now. I hope they not touch them at all. Because it just this one not can happen like that. WhatsApp and Zoom together for go off, no. But I ask a question before I go forward because they see myself the display na the channel. So when actually they get me clear, let me know if me they on first before they talk about the guest them. When they get me clear, me mic okay. Yes, okay, thank you guys. Alright, but I don't know why the Zoom go off, I don't go, then the WhatsApp, they're two not the ings right now. Hey, God. God, Nakaim. Okay, let's see what I can do. Let's go find Falana. Now WhatsApp, let's see. Okay. It's still okay. Let's just do another checkup quickly. Sometimes then they go prove me right or wrong. Then I can find whether na the internet or not. Okay. It will be still on the internet. Alright, so it will likely be still on the internet. Maybe they don't run out of credit at the same time. We don't know. I just want for left myself so for see what we get. Anyway, I want to tell you thank you for joining me inside the program today. If you not subscribed to this particular channel, please consider for do so and then turn on the notification bell, okay? Let's see. We get 97,757 right now with the watch the program. Thank you guys, thank you. So with the calendar for now and the go, maybe we don't know, we will come back any other time, but for now we will go for Camna.net. 9 well now I think at 10 p.m. because of one or two other using them, yes 10 p.m. Salon time now can come, but we'll come and turn on the notification so anytime will come when I will get to here. So I want to thank you. So the two people that will join inside the program today, Fala and Sadema, and then you actually get Theophilus Sabenda will join me inside the program. Until then, thanks to una we like, we share, we comment. And to yourself we just come and watch the program. We appreciate una so much. Yeah. Alright. Yes, Theophilus he don't come back at the end of the program, man. Theophilus.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so just if they give you word just now, just go as a way at the question they ask you, waiting at the word you go left way for wrap up the program.
Okay, thank you so much. So make a focus on what Brother Fala and Sabi say. It's a action needs to be taken. Of course, we all see. Say what happened on the 26th of November. There be a breakdown of security, and people should take responsibility, which is what Brother Ensadema is saying. And also the August 10 insurgency, right? What happened? A whole chief of defense staff, a lieutenant general was sacked as a result of what happened, right? And now in November, we get a major breakdown in security, wherein an armory was attacked successfully, wherein Padema Road was opened, wherein special court was opened, over 2,000 prisoners were let go, and no head has rolled so far. And Padema Road, the acting director general for Padema Road prison is a military colonel. Right? A military colonel, because if for me, I really fit to say it's very disadvantageous, it's very unfair for let you get a military man for go head, or for even go play any role, maybe director general or deputy now the prison service. You have qualified prison officers who can occupy those positions. What do the military and police need to do? Now to provide the requisite security. Because the prison service, they are not carrying guns. They are not carrying guns. So they rely on the national state security infrastructure for render them the necessary security. So if Padema Road is vulnerable, you don't blame it on the Director General. If he were just a prison officer, but now you get a military man, a colonel, and then they go break Padema Road prison, and no head has rolled. But when there was a situation for August 10, a whole lieutenant general, is it because he is not there? This is the question people are asking. Now, no action has been taken. Now, the Amori, who was in charge? What went wrong? Padema Road prison. How comes? Special court. How comes? You guys were not even able to fire one shot. Come on. Anyway, so I think head should roll, because as far as me concerned, there is a greater need for genuine civic education. But if you go open civic education commission, then you go put a partisan. Mind you, there is a commission of there is a civic education commission headed by Brother Kalilu Tutange. He is not the right person to head such an entity. He's not, because listen to me now. Throughout the election, you ever hear anything from that commission for go educate me on voting? They were non-existent throughout the electoral process, because maybe they not even get funds for operate. You establish such important entities, you don't give them funding, and what's of it? You go take a partisan, you go put a day. What do you expect? Now you get the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. So therefore, there's great need for civic education. But here in Sierra Leone, it's not so much about civic education anymore. It's about changing of thinking, because people's thinking are fixed based on the region they are from. This is a very, very serious matter, and therefore civic education can only play a part, but it has to go with role models in society. Role models in society, like where APC, they go establish attitudinal and behavioral change. They go put party picking day. What will happen at the end of the day? The whole thing scrap, because you don't set up such entities and go put a partisan day. You will not have the result. So therefore, our presidents, they have to make sure that they put the interest of the country first above all things. It is not about establishing very important entities. They go put a partisan. It will have a zero effect. Okay? Now, well, look what happened, bro. Just yesterday, they let to rest 18 security, beat about 15 soldiers, including a lieutenant colonel, 2 police officers, and then a prison officer. All of these people are victims. And they are victims of the overall handling of the peace of the country. That is it. They are just victims. They are now, they call them fallen heroes. No, they are not heroes. They are not, as far as me concerned. I cannot refer to them as fallen heroes. I refer to them as victims, because had there been no reason, for what happened, and they never die by now. Right? So therefore, we should not give any reason for anything like this happen. It doesn't matter what party is in power. Right? It doesn't matter. Be it APC, be it SFPP, their principal objective should be to hold the country as one block. As one block. That is the major thing you will do. You hold the country as one block. But if there's so much discontentment, then there's a big problem. So therefore, imagine those 18 guys who died for nothing, bruh. Now they left their family. Then in the midst of their death, they were given posthumous promotion. Whether I be lieutenant colonel, they make a colonel. Whether I be couple, they make a sergeant. Bruh, there is so much unfairness in the promotion in the security forces. This then they were die so when they promote, when I be couple. If you go ask how much years they don't serve, maybe they don't serve past 10 years, but they are still couple. They are still couple. Come on. Go and ask, bruh. You get to man the red serve in the police force for over 20 years. They are still sergeants. Even the way of promoting people is so unfair. And look at it now, people don't die. But under wait for sergeant for how many years? They don't die now, they get sergeants. Able, you see? So therefore, we have to treat our people, because even our security members, they are vulnerable, they are exposed. They are exposed, my man. Otherwise, no one ever died. But 18 died. 18 died, and more could have died. More could have died had this thing took, the level where the man the worker attacked me, the thing said the level, the thing would take, because they were thinking that the people were going to come out in support of them. It not happened. So the whole thing failed. So therefore, the government should handle things, with great respect for the people. Because the people, they get a great role for play for maintaining the peace of the country. Now, we have a curfew order situation. And the law prescribes clearly that the curfew will not exceed 7 days. Right? That if you only exceed 7 days, no problem, but you have to go through parliament and declare a state of emergency. There is nothing wrong about going through what the law provides than for maintaining a curfew where questionable. That is like treating the people with disrespect. Treat the people with respect. When President Biode make a statement, he said they are going to be stiff with all the actions where the government they take for taking care of the situation. It will be based on the rule of law. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what the president say. He said the rule of law, nothing more, nothing less. Therefore, he has to be law abiding. He has to be law abiding. It don't pass 7 days. Therefore, the whole thing is questionable now. The curfew, according to the government and the security forces, is producing good results. So we want it to stay. We want it to stay as long as it can stay, as long as it will help the government to address this issue. But it has to be legal. Right. It has to be legal. The government should be seen acting legally. And not just because, I'm the president, so therefore I can just take this advantage. No, it will amount to treating the people with disrespect. People you should appreciate. People you should appreciate for being law-abiding and refusing to come out. Say, no, we don't need this kind of thing in this country. We don't need them. We don't need them, because the way we better follow inside the mass, if this thing goes through, right? Mm-hmm. If we don't need to war. If we don't need to war, man. If we don't need to war. So more and more and more and more and more people will have died, obviously. That's why I say we have to treat our security seriously. We have to treat our democracy seriously. We also see what happened in Liberia. It should be a wake-up call for Salon for treat internal matters seriously. Salon is supposed to be the example in the MRU. Oh yes, of course. We are supposed to be the beacon of democracy. Now our democracy is under question. So now if we President Biode make a statement, he said what happened now an attack on democracy. But our democracy is under question. So therefore, we have to treat our democracy with all the seriousness it deserves. Because if we not treat her with the seriousness it deserves, then we get this kind of situation. Right. Where people are so disgruntled, people are so disgruntled that they just want to just create chaos.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, because this is a chaos, bro. Exactly. Like chaos, then God avert souls. So therefore, the issue of the curfew has to be addressed, because most people they rely on the night time to do their sales and to earn their living. But give them a reason why you should continue to keep them at home when they should be finding their living. Right. So it's a very serious matter. So therefore, our government should take everything serious,
all right,
including The peace dialogue. The peace dialogue must not stop.
All right. Thank you very much.
It must go on. And take it even more seriously.
And that's why they all and don't know all that and the call rights are for lady they stick to that. Thank you very much, Theophilus, for you taking wonderful and beautiful time for joining inside the program this morning, for give you analysis into this. Thank you, appreciate your time, and really wish you a very good day. Alright, Standard Theophilus Sabinda, and before that we been get Fala Sabdema, and the producer for this program na Elias Abba. Thanks to all one more time. My name is Sembe the Freedom Fighter. God bless we country Sierra Leone, we call Yard.
Do you not forget for share the program, invite other people and for make we get 100,000 key. Finally, it don't be because the time. Look at our window step. If you see we not tight up with belts now, forget that particular number. And the next one will be the next one. It don't done. So now the time don't reach. So please continue for share the program and call other person for invite them at this family house. We go make we get this award na YouTube.
And no say you always want for support we by way how you go subscribe to our channel. But you think say how much it go cost if I subscribe to our channel? Well, it not going to cost you anything. Now just wait for let you support we. And other people them can really want for support we, but they're not waiting for do for make them able for subscribe. Well, normally when you open we had YouTube channel and begin for watch we live program, now so it is shown at the screen with boku comments them as na live chat can they on. If you want for subscribe, that for you when not be no subscribe yet. Watch na the right hand corner. You will see one X or times sign. Press that X sign there. It will take you go back na the normal YouTube page. Then you will see down outside we put the title of the program. Now you write on. The write one word they wait and say subscribe with white round the subscribe word. All what you need for do. Just press this white one outside and say subscribe. You will see down na this side subscription added. Now outside the subscription button bin there, it don't give you bell with down arrow. Press this small down arrow and then it will show you this kind of list. One, it will give you all, personalize, none, and unsubscribe. What you need for do now for come and press this one with the word all. Once you press it, see what it say, you will receive all notification. That means say anytime when